Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tiny Blue Games. My name, of course, is Seesaw Chris, and today we're talking about Guild Wars 2. Specifically, we're going to be talking about Fractals of the Mist and how you can make money doing them. Now, Fractals of the Mist have gone through a lot of changes, and specifically with Heart of Thorns, we've seen a lot of changes to how you can do them and how they reward players for playing them. Specifically, we've seen the addition of how the daily chests are rewarded. And with this, it's very easy to actually make some pretty good income playing them. Now, the biggest issue that still plagues Fractals of the Mist is the reward structure, and how to actually get gold out of the rewards is extremely complicated, especially for new players. This video hopes to clarify that for new players and existing veteran players who might not have stepped back into Fractals after the changes. So let's take a quick look. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how you actually get your daily reward chests. Now, if you go to your hero panel by pushing H and go down to achievements, you can then find your dailies and your daily fractals. Now, if we scroll down here, we see that there's tiers 1 through 4. Tier 4 being the hardest fractal and the one that you need the most agony resistance to do. Now, this guide isn't going to cover how to actually gear up in Fractals of the Mist or how to go through 1 to 100 in the fractals. Maybe that's a topic for another video, and if it's already been made, I'll link it to the screen right now for you. If not, just subscribe and hold tight. But until then, let's talk about how we actually get rewards for people who can do the tier 4 ones or the tier 3 ones or tier 2, because you can do the lower tier ones and they are still rewarding. They're just not as rewarding, and that's one of the biggest changes that has happened. So the reason this is a big change is that whenever you do a tier 4 fractal, you get rewards for the tier 4, the tier 3, the tier 2, and the tier 1 fractal at the same time. This was one of the most important changes made to Fractals of the Mist, because it finally made doing higher level fractals much more rewarding than the lower level equivalents. That being said, as I mentioned, you can still get pretty good rewards from the tier 3 chest, the tier 2 chest, and the tier 1 chest. The higher level tier chests just have a greater chance of dropping higher level quality items and ascended items as well. So once you've completed these daily fractals, and it tells you which one to do. So for example, we had daily solid ocean fractal, and I did the tier 4 one, and I completed all 4 of these at once. It took me about 10 minutes, which wasn't very hard to do, and as a reward, I got these 4 chests right here, as you can see right here. From the chest at the end, I also got some fractal encryptions, and I got some agony infusions, and then just other junk that could include lodestones or just random items that could be useful as well, but that's not the main source of income that you're going to be getting. These right here are the liquid gold that you're going to get, and I'm just about to show you how to extract it from them. So if we go over to here, to the fractal adept chests, we can open all 4 of these chests. Alright, so from the 4 chests, we didn't get any ascended items, which is kind of unfortunate because that's one of the biggest rewards you can get. And you can get those from the tier 3 and tier 4 ones specifically. The higher tier the chest, the more chance there is of it dropping ascended quality items. But that's alright. So we did get some other stuff. We got a Tome of Knowledge, which isn't super important. But what else we did get is we got a Stabilizing Matrices. This sells for a fair bit and is used in different recipes. So we'll talk about that in a second. We got some fractional encryption keys, which are quite important. We got a Ascended Ring, actually, which is pretty good. It's not great stats, but it is infused. And we can salvage the rings to get a few more of these Stabilizing Matrices to get some more money. And we did get some prototype pieces here. Now, these seem like worthless things that you'd throw out of your bag, and this is the mistake a lot of people make at the start. But it's these junk items right here that are actually going to be providing us with the income that we're going to get from Fractals of the Mist. So specifically, what we're going to do here is we're going to use these fractal encryption keys, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up the fractal encryption boxes. So we got 5 of them from the 4 chests there. If you did all 3 of your daily recommended or your daily tier fractals, you'll get about 12 of these or more, which can open a lot of these chests. So let's just go ahead and open them. So by using all those keys, we've now got some cracked fractal encryption boxes, and we can go ahead and open these. So from each of them, we actually got another key, so we can open another chest right here. There you go. We got a few Agony Infusions, and we got some more junk items. Let's open another one. We got some crafting materials, some more junk items. Another one. Another one. And I'm just going to hit deposit material to get rid of the crafting materials we've been getting. And I'm just going to drop these because I do not care about them. And then another one. So it looks like we got a lot of junk. And that's kind of the issue a lot of people have with this, is that it doesn't look like much. But all these items actually have a pretty good sell to vendor price. And that's where you're going to extract the liquid gold from. So you're going to take all these items and just go over to any merchant. And you can actually just click sell junk on this. So we didn't get anything worth a ton, because you can get items that are worth different amounts. I think the most valuable ones are like a gold something per little stack of them. And the least valuable is the 20 silver here. So there's a bit of a range, but we did make a bit of money. So from 10 minutes here, we saw my gold right here. I'm going to sell it. We make about 2 gold, which isn't a ton, but it's something. And then what we can also do from this exact same drop is we have our Agony Infusions, and unless you need to use these for some reason, you can definitely go ahead and sell these, which will sell for a bit of money as well. See, we're going to make a little bit more money here. And then the final thing we're going to do is deal with these rings. Now, a lot of people get rings that have stats that they don't at all care about, and they just store them in their bank or get rid of them or something like that. But you can actually salvage them now, and they have a chance to give you more stabilizing matrices. So we're going to salvage this, and we're going to get about 6 of these. Now, I had 3 of these as well, but I deposited materials, which also deposit the matrices. And if you want to craft stuff with them, sure, that's maybe a good idea, but you can actually also sell them for a bit more gold as well. A little bit of bonus information I will add in at the end here is that the rings you get will give you more matrices if they are infused or attuned. And sometimes they come that way in the once they're dropped. And just for those who don't know, that's when they have more slots for Agony Infusions than the regular ones. So the base rings have 1 slot, and then if you have them infused and attuned, they'll have 2 slots, or they can have just 1 depending on how they drop. You can also upgrade them very easily just with the agonized essence here. It tells you exactly how to do it in the Mystic Forge. And the big thing is that the more agony slots they have on them, so if it's attuned and infused, the higher number of matrices they'll actually drop when they are salvaged. So you could just bring it to a tuned level and then salvage it for a few more if you want to try and make some more gold that way. If you're in a rush and just can't be bothered, it's fine to salvage them just the way they are too. It's up to you. It's really your game, believe it or not. You can play it how you want. But I thought it was just beneficial to give you guys a bit more information on how you can get gold from Fractals of the Mist. Another part of this would be the Nightmare Fractal Challenge mode, which can give you some daily rewards too, but you have to be pretty good at Fractals of the Mist to do that. And I think that's a topic for a future video, as this is more aimed at a casual player just trying to make a bit of daily income doing Fractals. So I think that covers pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. If you are new to the channel, welcome to Tiny Blue Games. We play games casually and talk about them casually. So if you're interested in Guild Wars 2 or any of the other games we do play, please feel free to like and subscribe. We'd love to have you with us. Until then, though, we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.